Hello people, I am Jaby Koay, joined by Achara, KIRK.
What's up?
We're looking at another CARRYMINATI video today. This one is called Hot Girl Offers Milk. Thank you CARRYMINATI for allowing us to react to this, very, very much appreciated. For those of you who have been incessantly asking, you know, how come you haven't interviewed CARRYMINATI yet? I reached out to him, he reached back, I reached out to him again, and then we talked just a little bit. That's the short of it. Then he got really busy, and so I haven't heard from him since. But I did notice, thanks to a fan on Twitter, he was asked about taking an interview from me, and he said, oh yeah, we'll see what we can do. If you want to see that video, you can go to my Twitter, twitter.com/Jaby Koay. It should be pretty high up because I haven't tweeted anything new recently, as of the recording of this video. That could change in the next 24 hours.
Avijit.
सावंत
अभिजीत दलाल।
शुरू से बताओ क्या हुआ था।
Should come with a seizure warning.
अपने दोस्त डट्टा के साथ ऐसे ही सड़क पे जा रहा था। अचानक एक औरत आई और अब उनकी आंखों में आंखें डाल के बोलती।
क्या बोलती?
आप लोग मेरा दूध पी सकते हैं?
एक बार को तो मन की अपुन हाँ कह देता है, लेकिन मजहब ये नहीं सिखाता साहब, ऐसे किसी का भी अपुन स्तनपान नहीं करता है। अपुन ने ना कह दिया साहब, अपुन ने ना कह दिया, लेकिन तब से अपुन उस दूध के बारे में सोचे जा रहे हैं। अपुन को दूध चाहिए साहब, अपुन को
तो कैसे हैं आप लोग? वक्त आ चुका है कि हम लोग प्रैंक्स की दुनिया में यूट्यूब मणि की बहती नदी में अपने कपड़े धोएं।
Oh.
What?
Carries it. Subtitles, you see it?
Hot girl asking for मेरा दूध पियो ना। रैंक बायक सा। अब टाइटल से मुझे नहीं लगता है कोई वीडियो ये देखना पसंद।
What?
जियो। अब परसों तुम्हें कोई अमूल गर्ल को देख के शेक मिल्क शेक बनाता हुआ दिख जाए तो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, बल्कि मैं तो कहता हूँ उसमें अमूल गर्ल की गलती है। देखो एक बार अमूल गर्ल को कैसे एक उंगली होठों पे है और दूसरी तरफ से जबान निकल रही है। इससे साफ पता चलता है कि अमूल गर्ल कहना चाह रही है और राजा कह रहा हूँ यार, इस दूध से भरी हुई।
What's up guys, this is AJ from OX Prank and she is
Achara।
आज ऐसा कुछ करने वाली है, लोगों के पास जाके अपना दूध पिलाने वाली है।
Actually, लेकिन
देख मुस्कुराहट तो देख। आय हाय बहनचोद, इस प्रैंक के लिए सबसे ज्यादा यही एक्साइटेड है। भैंस का दूध और सांड की गाड़ी लस्सी से बोर हो चुका है, इसे मार्केट में कुछ नया चाहिए।
लेकिन ये वीडियो देखने से पहले आप प्लीज सब्सक्राइब करिए।
यार इतने प्यार से कह रही है, सब्सक्राइब कर दे।
सब्सक्राइब। Excuse me guys, can I talk to you for a minute? मुझे आप लोगों को पूछना है कि प्लीज आप लोग मेरा दूध पी सकते हो?
क्या?
प्लीज आप लोग मेरा दूध पी सकते हो?
ये बहुत गलत सवाल है। मुझे नहीं पता ये लोग कौन से शहर में शूट कर रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर ये दिल्ली में हो रहा होता ना तो भैया यहाँ कोई नहीं शर्माता। यहाँ जैसे ही लड़की पूछेगी ना मेरा दूध पीना पसंद करेंगे, या सीधे हाथ जाता है जेब की तरफ और ऐसे, भाई फ्लैट की चाबी किधर है? और इस लड़की की तो बहुत बुरी हालत है। ऐसी शक्ल तब बनती है जब किसी शादी में गाड़ी की डिग्गी में दारू ना हो। ओह अच्छा नहीं है।
दूध पी लेंगे प्लीज, क्योंकि देखो पूरा फील्ड है, लीक हो जाएगा तो मेरे कपड़े सारे खराब हो जाएंगे। नहीं क्यों नहीं, लेकिन दूध पीना तो अच्छी बात है ना, इट्स गुड फॉर हेल्थ प्लीज। अरे लेकिन क्यों?
ओहो हाथ का मिलन चल रहा है। इसमें पक्का ये किस्सा अपने दोस्तों को सुनाया होगा। गाइस मैं और आनंदा बाइक के साथ खड़े थे, वो भी अपनी। तभी एक हॉट गर्ल मुझसे आके पूछती, आनंद से नहीं मुझसे आके पूछती, क्या आप मेरा दूध पियोगे? और मैंने मना कर दिया। लाइक मैं ऐसा सेपियन नहीं है। यार ताली दे।
मुझे आप लोगों से
What was that
बात करनी
accent?
है।
I
क्या आप
don't
लोग
know.
प्लीज मेरा दूध पी लोगे? लेकिन क्यों नहीं? अरे लेकिन क्यों नहीं?
अरे बच्चे डरा
They're
दिए।
backing away.
उनके पैर अपने आप पीछे जा रहे हैं।
दूध हेल्दी है ना?
हेल्दी है, मुझे नहीं पीना है ना।
अरे
भाई मैं बच्चा बना दिया। हेल्दी है तो क्या हुआ, मैं नहीं पीऊंगा, मैं घर से पी के आया हूँ। क्या यार?
एक्सक्यूज मी अंकल, मुझे एक सवाल पूछना है आपसे। क्या आप मेरा दूध पी सकते हो? अरे लेकिन क्यों नहीं अंकल? आपको तो पता होगा ना दूध हेल्दी है।
कभी नहीं पीने का।
क्यों किसी का नहीं पीना है? लेकिन दूध तो हेल्दी होता है अंकल।
हेल्दी है।
Is she offering her?
ऐसा तो दूध भी कभी कभी
Okay.
चोट पे लगाम का काम करता है। इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी ना है कि मैं सड़क पे जाके जख्मी लोगों के हाथ पैर पे मुक्ता फिरूंगा।
I didn't get that.
बात करती है लोंडिया।
प्लीज लीक हो जाएगा, मेरी ड्रेस खराब हो जाएगा, पर्स खराब हो जाएगा, प्लीज। ओके यू कैन ड्रिंक इट। ओके श्योर, टेक इट।
चूतिया बना। धोखा।
So I'm not asking you to drink my milk. I'm asking you to drink this milk. Can you all do that? Actually, it's a prank.
ये ऑफिशियल प्रैंक पोज है। जब भी कोई किसी के कंधे में ऐसे हाथ डाल के ऐसे उंगली करे ना, तो समझ जाओ यार तुम्हारे आसपास प्रैंक चल रहा है।
I hope आप लोगों को ये
देख लौंडे की शक्ल पे खुशी देख। आखिर कुछ नया हाथ लग ही गया। बर्दाश्त नहीं हो रही है। वीडियो खत्म होते ही दूध का पैकेट खा जाएगा स्ट्रॉ समय।
How come the audio goes down like that?
Yeah.
अब उनको वो दूध चाहिए साहब, अब उनको वो दूध चाहिए, वरना
वरना क्या?
अपन रो देगा साहब। नहीं अपन रो देगा साहब। नहीं चुप, अपन रो देगा साहब।
लेके जाओ इसे। तो यार बस आज के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही। इस वीडियो को देख के प्लीज उनके चैनल पे हेट मत करना। और मुझे पता है यार तुम लोग मुझसे नाराज हो, क्योंकि मैंने तुम्हें कहा था यार हफ्ते में मैं एक वीडियो डालूंगा, लेकिन कभी कभी 10 दिन हो जाते हैं। ऐसा इसलिए होता है यार क्योंकि अभी मैं और भी चीजें कर रहा हूँ, जैसे कि मेरा गेमिंग चैनल है, और भी बहुत सारी चीजें जो मैं, उसके लिए मुझे माफी दे दो। अब अगर तुम लोगों को ये वीडियो पसंद आई तो यार लाइक मारो। एम करते हैं 1,20,000 लाइक्स के लिए। मैं देख रहा हूँ आजकल तुम लोगों की हवा बदल
You got 1 million likes on this video, by the way.
लाइक मारो। और तुम में से जितने भी लोग मेरा खूबसूरत चेहरा पहली बार देख रहे हैं, सब्सक्राइब करो यार। वो जो लाल वाला बटन है उसे दूध पिलाओ या फिर गाड़ी लस्सी, मुझे नहीं पता, बस क्लिक हो जाना चाहिए। अब मैं भी जा रहा हूँ यार, इस मर्द को नींद की जरूरत है। बाय। मोहित ये सांड के साथ क्या कर रहा तू? अबे ये दूध नहीं है।
God.
दूध 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 दूध, ऐसा क्या है इस दूध में? ये दूध तो मुझे भी चाहिए।
What the hell?
Bizarre.
So he brought attention to this prank channel, and prank channels in general, I think, is the overall point. He always puts that disclaimer at the end of don't hate on this channel, it's all for fun, it's all for jokes, which
Yeah.
I'm sure he means. You know what's invariably going to happen, usually though, like, is that people will then go for that specific channel. I personally am not a big fan of prank channels. There was a time when I appreciated it. There's a handful of pranks I could still think of that were kind of funny, but most of them I really dislike. But that's just me. It's not my cup of tea. There are lots of people who indulge in it and really enjoy it. As long as nobody's actually getting hurt, as
Yes.
long as no one's actually getting offended, because there were people going into black neighborhoods, dropping the N-word or trying to start trouble. They were getting beat up. And it's like, yeah, you kind of deserve that though. Like, why would you? If it's a thing where ultimately they will end up laughing, then it's generally fine.
Yeah.
This was really awkward. It's trying to be provocative without being provocative. And music, it kind of rubbed me the wrong, because it's like this really cutesy happy music that sounds like something that is like the stock song on iPhone's iMovie. You're using that song when you're doing this thing, and I guess it's funny. I guess there's humor in it, but it's just sort of awkward. It's like a girl comes up to you and says that. What are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to do?
It's a weird situation that wouldn't normally happen. Someone says, oh, will you drink my milk? That's just bizarro. And she's acting acting super bizarro as well. Like she's being very forceful. It was funny when Carrie focused on those two guys who high-fived each other, and you know what's gonna happen. Like they're gonna have a conversation with their friends afterwards. They're gonna be like, oh my God, that was such a weird situation. Like, oh. What is the appropriate answer? Well, in the end, she did manage to get someone to say yes.
If someone says yes,
like what's the judgment about them?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it,
Yeah.
right? You're making them look bad. You're not blurring their faces. You're just putting them on YouTube. Now everyone knows that they said yes to drinking your booby milk. It's kind of messed up. You know, it's sort of
transfer it into a sippy cup.
It's still kind of entrapment, though.
Yeah, no, it totally is.
That's the angle that I am not appreciative of. But I did like when you saw those two guys who were kind of like hanging out.
Yeah. No, that move is the classic girl move.
Why do you call it the classic girl move then?
Because I was gonna explain it to you. So the classic.
Explain what to me?
The classic girl move.
Okay, go ahead.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, Jaby doesn't let me speak.
Shut the fuck up. Yes, I do. I'm just messing with you.
I know you're messing with me.
Okay.
So the classic girl move is when you're out and about with your female friend, you're both girls, some dude starts talking to her. As a friend, you're gauging the situation and you're going, okay, this is starting to get weird. My friend is being super polite and we don't know how to get out of this situation. So as the other friend in that situation, you do this move. Hey, so yeah, we have to go now. Or like you try and do the look with your friend. Like, are you okay? Is he bothering you? He's not, he's bothering you. All right. Hey, stop talking to my friend. Her mom's right there. We gotta go. That's the unspoken like cis code right there.
That wouldn't work with Achara though.
Why?
Because if I looked at you and I started going like this to you, you'd be like, "What's wrong with your face?"
Did you get something in your eyes?
Yes, that's exactly what Achara would do. Because I've had instances like that where I tried to signal Achara, and she goes, "Why are you kicking me?" I'm like, "Duh!" But what was his take on this? Like, has he had the whole thing of being imprisoned and being interrogated while imprisoned about the milk situation? Like, is he talking about the extension of entrapment and like almost treating it like a drug operation? I'm a little bit confused as to that angle of the video.
I don't know, I just thought it was like a little creative skit that he was doing about a guy who says no, but is now obsessed with the idea of
But he's being recorded.
breast.
He's being recorded and interrogated, so what's the deal? Like, I'm trying to figure out from that prank video, how do you get here? What is the story of this made up character?
The story is that they're just interrogating him because of the strange situation that happened, and he's coming clean and saying like, I didn't say yes, but I want to say yes now. And then now everybody's obsessed with the breast milk.
Okay.
I think.
I'm a little lost.
This is a slightly different format to these kind of roast videos that we've seen of his, because usually he just goes straight into the chatting part. See, he said he tried something new with the skit. How was it? Let me know.
There's a comment right below that's from Soni Tiwari who says, as a girl, I'm feeling ashamed. How disgusting you are. What is she disgusted about? Every girl is ashamed. Every girl is ashamed of that girl.
Yeah, I don't feel disgusted by that girl. It was just
maybe it sounds
maybe
it sounds a lot worse in Hindi. I was recently educated about bad words in Hindi. I was writing something and there were some profane Hindi words I was trying to use, and I was told that it was too much. To me, it was hilarious. I'll tell you guys what it is another day. But what I'm trying to say is maybe what she was saying, the subtitles don't do it justice. Like, it sounds a whole lot worse than what the subtitles are indicating.
Wait, say that again?
It might not be expressing the gravity of her statement accurately.
In the subtitles.
In the subtitles.
That we just watched.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, quite possibly.
That's why these women are so appalled. You pair that, like, look at their reaction. You pair that with the music that she's using, it just feels like it's really cringy. I mean, I don't know that channel. I don't know anything about them. I don't know the degree of shame that anyone should have. See, they keep.
Yeah, people
this was very disgusting. Being a girl, I felt very ashamed. Like, a lot of women are very appalled.
Is it just because, like, as a woman, you just don't speak that way? Like, you don't portray yourself
I guess the way it's coming, the way it's coming off, I suppose, is that she's offering her body. She's offering herself out there, and I suppose with everything going on in India, it is kind of messed up. Like, because you have a lot of dudes who are accused of the you-know-what, and the R-word, and here you have this girl who comes along and is preying on these dudes. It's just sort of twisted, I guess. Now that I'm thinking about it and seeing these comments and putting the pieces together, I'm like, that is pretty twisted.
This prank like was really silly.
Yeah.
I much prefer the more elaborate pranks where someone's carrying the glass and then suddenly they walk past you and then they change somehow.
It's
and
a
you
science
didn't
experiment,
notice.
yeah.
Like stuff like that
Yeah.
I find are much more interesting. Or the one where you're in an elevator and suddenly this scary ghost lady appears out of nowhere and you're just like, bah! You know, like.
Yeah, not so much for me. For the first one you mentioned, I'm into though, because it's talking about the way our brains work.
Yeah, like things like that. This one, I'm like, well, that was kind of weird and silly.
So the other part of it is this though. I don't know how that channel was performing before that video dropped. I don't know if these people have been around a long time. I don't know the history of that channel. I haven't done my research.
Right.
But let's look at two different scenarios real quick. Scenario one is they haven't been around that long. You're just looking to do something funny. Like, would you in your myopic brain think is funny? It's just not thought out.
Yeah.
I don't think she should be castigated forever or even heavily for this. Like, okay, let her know. But it's when you have all of the comments of the internet on top of you, it's like, Jesus Christ, I can imagine how heavy that must feel. So there's the other part of it though, where she has been doing pranks for a while, she is known, and you're constantly looking for that next edge.
Yeah.
You're constantly looking for that next joke, and it's like, after a while, like, what can you do? What do you do that's fresh and hasn't been done to death? Oh, what if I offer my milk? Like, I don't know, again, I don't know the gravity of her statement because I don't speak Hindi, so I'm not sure exactly how that was coming across. I'm inclined to think that the subtitles weren't doing it justice, but taking into consideration the stuff I was postulating, given the climate and all that stuff,
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure that was a factor in people's response to the situation. This is almost akin to me as, what's his name, going to the forest in Japan?
Oh, yeah.
Jake Paul or whoever.
Logan
Logan Paul.
Is it Logan?
I don't give a shit. One of the Pauls went to, you know what I'm talking about.
That big controversy.
Yeah, this is sort of similar in my opinion. It's like, why would you...
Yeah, like
why would you do that?
Why would you be so desperate for content that you would think it's a good idea to shoot a vlog in a suicide forest?
Yeah, I sort of see this as similar. It's like, okay, if you are a content creator who's been around for a while, you need to start taking responsibility and thinking like a few steps ahead. Like, okay, I'm gonna put this out. What might the effect be? What might the repercussions be? Ask people and see.